I want to encourage all of us to take responsibility for our anger. This is a key word, take responsibility, responding the right way when anger shows up in our lives. Now, in this particular one point that I want to give you today, I'm going to answer 3 questions. I'm going to talk to you about when you should deal with anger in your life, why you should deal with anger in your life, and how you should deal with anger in your life. Because the Bible is very clear in answering those 3 questions. When should we deal with it? Why should we deal with it? And how should we deal with it? Let's start with the when. Perhaps that's the simplest part of this equation today. These 3 questions are the answers to them. When should you and I deal with anger and take responsibility for it? Here the scripture says in Colossians 3, verse 8. Why don't you read it together with me aloud and loudly? Here we go. But now is the time to get rid of anger, rage, malicious behavior, slander, and dirty language. When is the time to get rid of anger? Now. There's a lot of people who hold on to their anger and they say, I'll deal with it one day. One day I'll get around to forgiving that person. One day I'll get around to letting go of this. One day I'll offload this from my life. And so God cuts right to the core of our being and says, I want you to know that the right time to deal with anger is not tomorrow. It's not next month. It is not next year. It's not a decade from now, but now is the time. So when is the right time to deal with anger? The right time is now. Why? Why should we deal with anger now? Well, the Bible is not silent in answering this question. The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verses 26 and 27. Here's the answer. Why? And don't sin by letting anger control you. Don't let the sun go down while you're still angry. So you can deal with it now. Here's the reason. Here's why. For anger, read it with me, gives a foothold to the devil. Please notice that. The reason why you and I should deal with anger now, immediately, responsively in our lives, urgently in our lives, is because when you hold on to anger in your life, this is what's happening to you. In fact, Paul is reminding us the reason why we should give attention to our anger and deal with it now is because anger is, I'll put this on the board, extremely dangerous.